Good morning, families. Always give thanks and praises to your creator, whoever you may conceive your creator to be. For me, and in the above ground is a wonderful day. Let me just jump right into this here. Now, we know that this cv19 is an experimental vaccine that they're trying to give you. It's an experimental vaccine. They're experimenting on you to see how your system is going to react to this cv19. Now, what I'm trying to tell you guys is that the cv19 is going to interact with your RNA and DNA and write different programs on your RNA and DNA. Now, do not volunteer to participate in this experiment. If your job is telling you that you have to get it in order for you to keep your job, get a letter and state that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm just saying what I watched on a documentary, that you're not voluntary to this experiment, and that if it comes to any harm to you when you take this cv19, that they will be responsible for any injury or any death to you. Because like I said before, what the doctors are saying is that this is an experimental vaccine and they want to see how your body will react to it by injecting it into your body. That's the same thing to do with the AIDS virus. When they inject it in the colored people, the same they do with the Tuskegee men when they get them syphilis. And the same thing they do with Hitler, with the Jews, and the same thing they do with the blacks in Germany when they were experimenting on them and giving them vaccines to see what's going to react to the body. Now, we know that we have a lot of black doctors and a lot of black nurses that saying they're taking it. Do not fall for it. They are paid to say that so that you will go and get it, and that the repercussions of it could be very, very detrimental. So you know a lot of so-called, don't forget that also it had the black nurses that also was in the program of injecting the black Tuskegee men with also virus to see it react. They were also black people doing that. Also with the AIDS virus, there were also black people was promoting it, just like we see now black folks promoting how to go and get the vaccine. Don't do that. They are paid to do that for we to go and be experimented on like pigs or guinea pigs or rabbits or mice. It's an experimental that they're trying to do with us, and do not fall for it. Do not sign no paper for it. Do not volunteer for it. Do not get involved in no experimenting when it comes to your body. You are a free thinker and you are a human being, and you're supposed to think for yourself. Let no person think for you and tell you what you have to do. Like I said before, there was an experimental drug with AIDS, with the so-called Tuskegee Airmen with syphilis. They also did it in Germany with the blacks. 6,000 blacks was experimented on also with a vaccine. So folks, do your research. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm just watching documentaries and dropping what I watch in the documentaries. So if you do your research, you see what I'm saying makes sense, because you know that they already experimented on the Tuskegee men with the syphilis. You know, so you also do that with the smallpox for the Indians. So there's all experimental drugs. Now this is a new so-called cv19. They don't know how it's going to react to your system, so they're trying to experiment on it to see exactly how your antibodies are going to react to this so-called cv19. And it's an experimental drug. Do not fall for the hype when you see those colored people getting it. Now we also made it understand that Hank Arnold that got it a couple of weeks ago, he was healthy and he got it and he died 5 days later. I'm just repeating what I heard in the news. So if he was healthy and he got it and he died 5 days later, it makes people think there is something in this so-called DNA, and it's also in some of the fruits. They also inject it in the fruits. That's why you have those seedless fruits. And like I said before, anything seedless is no good. It's called GMOs, genetic modified organisms, and it's going to rearrange your DNA in your system. So folks, do your research. Don't believe what I'm saying. Do your research on it. I'm just dropping on the documentaries that I watch. Do your research, and whatever you do not get that cv19. Now another thing that's up, you'll see now that there in Sweden, They have to put in the microchip underneath your skin so you can scan, go into the building, scan, get your food, scan, open different refrigerators and stores because it's going direct to your account. Now they're pushing it, like I said before. They tried it before in here in Florida when they were trying to do the microchip to the dogs or the cats in case they get lost, they can find it. And they also was trying to implement it with the prisoners. Then in case they escape, they can find them and the old folks in the old folks' home. That's their agenda. Keep your mind clear, be focused, be aware, be knowledgeable. Be focused, be aware, and be knowledgeable. Do your research, find out what's going on, and don't fall for the media or the so-called black people that's pushing this agenda for you to go and get these shots. Until then, folks, I love you guys. And like I keep saying to you guys over and over again, the only thing that is going to get us through this is strictly love. Strictly love. And the inorganic people don't have that. The non-whole wheat people don't have that in them. And if we the originals, and like I said, keep saying over time, anytime that they get rid of the original, the copies can't work. Until then, folks, I love you guys. Peace out. One love.